Space, the tender of the final frontier. Swipe right if you actually think being alone on a spaceship with Jennifer Lawrence actually isn't that bad. So what would you do? Imagine you're Jim Preston, played by Chris Pratt, who is awoken from his cryosleep 90 years before he arrives at a new planet called Homestead 2, the new colony that is off the planet Earth. Would you live the rest of your life alone on a spaceship, all by yourself, without any human contact whatsoever? Or would you also possibly even consider the idea of waking up another passenger, ruining their lives, and possibly living with the consequences of said actions? Do you take the risk of being lonely the rest of your life, or do you take the risk of possibly falling in love with the one person you were obsessed over? Don't forget the fact that the person he's wanting to wake up is Jennifer Lawrence, which also you got to realize that in this world you are literally the only guy around, which greatly increases your chance of scoring with her. Love, deception, drama, creepy half-robot bartenders, and space malfunctions ensue. This right here is basically the entire plot of Passengers. I actually like this film. The chemistry is good between the two lead actors. Chris Pratt and Jennifer Lawrence actually have a good back and forth between each other. I really buy that their love connection actually makes a lot of sense, especially early on in the film when Chris Pratt is all by himself. I really feel the loneliness in his character, and it really makes you feel for him and really want you to find happiness with him. But you also want him to find happiness with himself. But in a situation like that where you're completely stranded in space, that would be an impossible task. I actually bought the connection between the two, and anytime you can get a love story mixed with 2001: A Space Odyssey, I'm in. I love the dilemma that Chris Pratt is dealing with in this film as Jim Preston, as he's weighing the decision and the consequences thereof of whether or not he should wake up another passenger. It brings a sense of weight and real true grit to this film. The one knock I did really have on the film, there's a bit of a plot convenience midway through the film to where our lead actors encounter something that really gives them information on the ship that they are in, and it actually doesn't make a whole lot of sense other than the fact to drive the plot forward. Overall, this film is visually beautiful. The spaceship design and the backdrop of space, it creates a very romantic setting for these two to fall in love. Of course, in any love story, there's that twist in there that kind of, throws a wrench in their plans, so to speak, and they have to come back together. All the classic movie tropes are here when it comes to love stories, but I love the sci-fi twist into it. It gives it a little bit of an extra dynamic. I love the underlying theme of this film, where at the very end it is wrapped up very beautifully, and all the characters have to come together and realize that they have to accept the hand that they are dealt. Jim and Aurora come to the realization that life's biggest blessings often come unexpectedly, and sometimes even though you feel like you're control of your life and you have all these plans, you just have to sit back and realize you are a passenger, and wink wink, into the greater ride of life, and you're just along for the joyride. It's an interesting take as to what would you actually do in this situation. Would you side with one decision, or would you go with the other? It really pulls the audience in. It makes you really think about what would you do if you were completely stranded with no hope of ever seeing anyone ever again, but yet you have all these people around you that are completely asleep, and you know what? You could maybe wake one of them up. Would you want to take that person's life, which is essentially murder if you really think about it? You are taking away all their opportunities, and it's a very interesting dynamic to the film, and I really enjoyed the thought process it made the audience go through. It's very hard to make a film like this work when there's really only two main characters in the entire film. They have to really have good chemistry, and in this case, it's really well done, and I think they really nailed it. As with any film, it's definitely not perfect, however, but this film is good enough. It kept my attention long enough, and for a love story in space, that's more than you can ask for, so I'm going to give this movie a 3 out of 5 stars. Well, that'll just about do it for me, everybody. Thank you for watching this video, and if you like what you saw here, please comment and like this video. And you can also subscribe to the Jailcast on YouTube by searching for Jailcast there. You can also find links in the description of this video for my Facebook and Twitter, or you can go to facebook.com/Jailcast, or you can find me on Twitter @EricJail. So, until next time, thank you for watching. God bless.